Good morning, children. Welcome to your English video lecture. So, children, as you will know that we were doing English language in previous videos, right? Today we are shifting from English language to English literature, and we will be doing a chapter from your supplementary reader, that is An Alien Hand. And from An Alien Hand, we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 2, by the name Bringing Up Curry. Okay, so this is the chapter that we are going to start today. So basically in this video I will be giving you a short and quite detailed summary of the chapter, where you will after watching this video you can understand that what are the main points in the chapter and what are the main things that the chapter is all about. Okay, so now we will be shifting to this summary part. So bringing up curry is basically a story about how the narrator he bought up a he has a very huge elephant, and what are the different kind of situation that he faced with him, what are the different things that he had to teach him so that he can understand and do all the livelihood that he must follow, he must do. Okay, but before we move into the video, before we move into the detailed summary of the chapter, I would like to give you a quick summary of the chapter, not the summary, introduction basically, that what is this story all about. Okay, so the story of Bringing Up Curry is a narrative description of a small elephant whose name was Curry. Narrative description basically means that it is a narration of the narrator who is telling you the story, that how he used to raise the elephant and train him the basic instinct of elephants, like how to respond to different things, how to respond to certain gestures, and how to respond to the callings of his master. All these type of basic instinct that the elephant should learn. This is the whole description of narrator's point of view, that how he has taught him all the things, and how he has by little by little, with steps, he has followed all of those things, and he have achieved kind of normal attitude, normal instinct towards those responses. And the narrator also tells the readers about the growth and habit of the animals, or you can say basically this whole story is about elephant, so we will be particularly talking about only elephant. That is also the name of the elephant here is Curry. Okay, so the basically this whole chapter is divided into three sections. Okay, the first section includes that what and how Curry has saved a life of a little boy. Okay, and then the second section is basically about how mischief he was, how naughty the little animal not little, the animal, the elephant was. And the third section of the story, it basically contains some few some responses and some gestures that the narrator taught to Curry, and how he reacted to those things. Okay, so now I will be starting with the detailed summary of the chapter. So I will be just telling you the main points which are included in the chapter, which I feel like to tell you all that what is in the story. Okay, so I am starting, children. So basically the narrator was a 9-year-old kid. Okay, he was 9 year old when he bought an elephant which was around 5 months old. Okay, so as he was a 9-year-old child who was given a duty to look after a 5-month-old elephant named Curry. Okay, so the age of the narrator was 9 years old, and the age of the huge animal, that is our elephant, he was around 5 months old. Okay, then what happened, basically the narrator, he was given the duty to take care of the elephant. And during the first 2 years the boy could reach the back of the elephant with ease. Okay, so the height, by this you can understand that the height of the elephant was not that huge. But with time, Curry lived in he used to live in a pavilion. Pavilion is a very huge ground, like uh, pavilion, all of you who knows a little bit about cricket, they might have heard this term pavilion, which is basically a very huge field, right, on which players play. So pavilion is that huge field in which the elephant he used to live, with a thatch cart roofed. Okay, and Curry fed on 40 pounds of twigs to chew and play with. Twigs are what, children? Twigs are basically, it's the it's very you can say thin, thin branches. So he used to play with it. So how much? Around 40 pounds of twigs he needed every day to play with and to, to for chewing. Then Curry was taken with this. All of these are basically the description that how narrator used to, be with Curry, the elephant. And Curry was basically taken to the river in every morning for the bathing purpose, and he would lie down on the sand back to back. And what they used to do, they both used to enjoy bathing, and after a long bath he would, he would come out with a pleasure and shining skin. So after a long bath, the skin of the elephant, it was shining, it was too bright. Okay, and while coming back, the narrator led him by the ear. Means he used to hold his ear to, to make him to make him understand that in which direction he should move. Okay, so he used to hold the ears of the elephant and, make him move, that if he is stretching his ear up straightwards, he, he used to understand that now I have to move forward. If he, holds his air, it means that he has to stand here. So these are small small gestures which he used to, use, so that the elephant, he could understand that what his master wanted him to do. Okay, so all of these things were happening. Then one day, what happened, one spring day in March, when narrator was gathering foods from the banyan tree. So basically he went for, to, as you can see here in this picture, that this elephant, he needs lots of twigs, to play with and to all those things. But for that, the narrator, he used to go to the jungle, to the forest, and he used to bring those twigs from the forest. So what he used to do, he used to take Curry with him, and Curry used to stand at the edge of the forest, and inside the forest only the narrator used to go. So while he was inside the forest on a very fine day, what happened, he, he heard a noise from a from the bank of a river, which was basically made by the elephant. Okay, so he heard the noise, and it was a noise like someone is crying. So when he heard the noise, when the narrator hears the noise, he thought that Curry, he is in problem, he is in danger. So he, came down from the tree, and he ran towards Curry to see and to look upon him, that is he okay or not. And when he went there, first he thought that some black creature was struggling to get out of water. When this creature rose a little bit, what happened, he was thinking that what is that big creature. Then he realized that it is actually Curry, who is basically drowning in the river. So he also jumped into the river to save him. But then you can think that a small human, he cannot save the life of an elephant, right? So then he realized that Curry was trying to save a boy. How he realized? What happened, when he jumped into the river, he saw what happened. Curry, he basically hold him, you can see here in this picture, he basically hold him from his trunk, and he, pushed him into the water to make him see that what is inside the water. And when he did that, he saw that there is a boy who is actually drowning, and then they both started saving the life of the boy. Okay, so this was the first section, where you can see that how the elephant, the Curry, he saved a life of a drowning boy. Okay, so these were the first section. Now children, we will be talking about the second section. Okay, that here in this second section, the narrator, he has basically tells the reader about the mischievous act of Curry, that how he used to be very, naughty. He was a mischief kind of animal, and if you don't know, train him to be disciplined, he will, continue start do all the things that other people, they don't feel, which is basically not a correct way to live. Okay, so if you don't stop him from doing all those things, if you don't stop him from doing that naughty things, if you don't stop him from training, you basically don't train him to be disciplined, he will continuously do all those things which will, which actually doesn't have anything to, any good to be with. Okay. Okay, so what happened that one day, Curry, he was very mischief kind of a naughty kind of animal, and if you don't teach him how to behave, he will not get disciplined. So one day someone fed Curry some ripped bananas, and even ever since that, what happened, he had developed love for bananas. Okay, one day some people, they fed him bananas, and after eating bananas, he was, totally in love with bananas, and he just basically wanted to get, to eat those bananas again and again. And for a few days, ripped bananas were disappearing from the house of the narrator. Okay, so what they used to do, they basically used to put the fruit bowl on the dining table. So and the dining table, as it was near to the, here you can see the picture, as it was near to the window, what they used to do, they used to put the fruit basket there, and from those fruit basket, always the ripped bananas, they used to get disappeared. Okay, so firstly, the family members, they thought that the servant, they are eating those bananas, right? They thought that the servant, they are the one who are eating those bananas. So they basically, the parents of the narrator, they basically said to them that you don't, that this is not the way how you should behave. You cannot eat every fruit or every bananas like that, something like that they have told to the servants. Okay, and what happened, even after scolding the servants, even after telling to them, what happened, the bananas, it's still, it was still getting disappeared from time to time. So the family, they thought that the narrator was eating it. So now the suspicion of eating bananas shifted from the servants to the narrator, right? So he couldn't convince his parents basically that he is the innocent one, he is not the one who is eating bananas, but there is someone else who is eating bananas. So the elders, they were basically ignorant of the act of Curry, that he is the one who is coming and taking the bananas from the window, because they all thought that Curry, he cannot enter the house, so how he can basically like this, that even though he cannot enter the house, how he can take the bananas and eat it. So nobody even have this thought in their mind that maybe Curry is the one who is eating bananas. So here the first suspicion went to the servants. Okay, and after the servants, the second suspicion was the narrator. Okay, and one day what happened, the narrator, he was thinking about the fact that who is the one who is eating these bananas and where these bananas are going. So he was sitting at the table, the dining table, and he suddenly saw a black thing coming inside from the from the window and taking all those bananas, and that just vanished. So he, first of all, at the beginning, what he thought, that it might be a snake, it can be a snake. So he basically, the appearance of the trunk of the the elephant, it, for narrator, it looked as if it is a snake. So he he get very scared, and he basically, what he did, he thought that now I have to catch the thief. He he by scaring himself, by being scared, even though he was scared, he still went in the direction to check that who is taking those bananas. Then he followed Curry to the pavilion, and on the investigation, he finally found out that he is the one who is eating those bananas. And what happened after that, he pulled the ear of the elephant. He took pulled the ear of Curry, he took him to the to his parents and told his parents that I have found the real thief. He is the one who was eating bananas. Okay, and after all this incident, the narrator, he basically scold the animal, scold Curry, and then Curry realized that what mistake he had made, and after understanding that he had made a mistake, he, after that, whenever someone offers him to eat those bananas, eat anything, he always, first of all, he always pays a thank you tribute to them. Okay, so children, this was the second part of the story. Now in the third part, what happened actually is that the narrator, he wanted to teach Curry all the signals, all and sounds during his childhood. While he was a small kid, he wanted to teach him everything that he could learn. So Curry was a very fast learner. So the major two things, the major two words that he taught Curry so that he could understand what is the meaning of those words is, first one is dhat, okay, and the second word is mali. So dhat basically means if he wanted the elephant to sit down, then he used to shout dhat, and he understood that my master, he is telling me to sit down. And then the other word is mali, which basically means to stand up. Okay, so these were the two words that he used. He had to understand, he had to knew that how he should respond to these words. So with time, he also told us that Curry learned the word mali faster than he learned the word dhat. Okay, so mali, he learned it within 3 weeks. Not 3 weeks, like really fast, 2 to 3 days. But the learning of the word, here he is mentioned that only 3 lessons took him to learn the word mali, but it took him around 3 weeks to learn dhat. Okay, so this was that, those two signs or those two things that he wanted him to teach. And the narrator says that the most difficult thing to teach an elephant is the master's call. Now what is master's call, children? Master call, you can take it as something that it is basically a signal to save oneself. Okay, so whenever the elephant, he hears a master call, he needs to understand that maybe someone is in danger, and what are the precautions, what are the things he must do to save the life of that person. Okay, so it is a kind of a strange hiss and howling. So it's like a sound of a particular sound which he, if he hears, he should understand that there is something that he should uh, you know react to. So these were the two sounds, and once the elephant heard this sound, how he had he is supposed to react. So once the elephant hear this sound, they will pull down all the tree in front of the in front of him. He had to pull all the tree down, like he shown in this picture. And after that, what he has to do, he has to basically scare all the animals like monkeys and stage all the here you can see a tiger, then you have a monkey here. So he basically have to scare all those animals so that they could run in the other direction. Okay, and even the tiger feels scared of animals. All of you know this, right? So even the tiger, even the tiger is scared of animals. Sorry, not animals, the elephant. So basically, if he started doing all of these things, what will happen? They will run away to to some other direction, and they make an easy way basically by by tearing up and plucking up all the trees. He basically wants that the master call is basically to save someone, right? So if he hears that sound, he is able to understand that he has to save someone. So in order to do that, first of all, he is going to he's going to pull down all the tree that are in front of him, and make a way for the for to the person that who is making the sound. So they make an easy way for home even in the wild, right? So Curry learned it very well, all these signs. He even was able to learn the sound, the master's call. So this was the chapter, children. Okay, so I hope that all of you understood the 3 sections clearly. Okay, so for this video, children, this is enough. Okay, I will be ending my video here. In next video, we are going to discuss the textual question answers. Okay, so I hope that before that, before even moving on or waiting for the next video, if you're watching this video, you go through the chapter yourself and see that what could be the answer of these questions. Okay, then in the next video we will be discussing these textual question answers. Now children, thank you so much and have a nice day.